costs, you know. So I stopped this inspection, called the customer. I mean, the customer called me back also, did the report. He called me back, explained him the situation, you know. And obviously, guess what? Seller was, because he paid him £1,000 deposit, the customer, and seller was saying, inspector didn't know anything about the Porsches, right? You know, this is just absurd. It's like when you go into the MOT station, you know, and MOT tester fails the, let's say, Koenigsegg because of the ball joint, and then the owner will say, he failed the MOT test because he doesn't know anything about Koenigsegg. So now it's like, it's like no brainer, right? If you're a fully qualified technician, it doesn't matter what car it is, right? I'm just in general, right? Because it's just daft, right? Especially if you knew there is a problem, right? And then because you don't want to give £1,000 deposit back to the customer, you're saying like stupidly, technician didn't know anything about the Porsche, right? Or didn't know anything about the cars, right? It's just it's just diabolical, you know. This is what you get sometimes, you know, because they been probably emotionally upset because the customer was dealing with finances or something like that, or there was a delay, and then the customer decides to check the car, which is perfectly they entitled to, because it's it's um, in Consumers Rights Act, right? You have a right to make sure the goods are as described. You have a right to inspect it, you know, and then yeah, all this situation just baffles me. You know, this is this is what you get, you know. So sometimes, um, even on a perfectly legitimate car, even on a surface of perfectly legitimate seller, you can be stonewalled, you know, and they don't want to give you a deposit back. Obviously, the customer is entitled to take them to um, take a legal action. Obviously, the more likely the end of it, they will he will send them the report, and they will change their mind and refund the £1,000 deposit. But as a perspective, there's no need to pay £1,000 deposit. You know, there's 100 to £200 deposit. Make sure it's refundable. You know, even non-refundable, like in this situation, you can pay £5,000 deposit if the vehicle is found not of satisfactory quality. Then the because your deposit is agreement entering purchasing this vehicle, but obviously it has to meet um, the sales standards. You know, it has to meet consumer standards, and we have to be of